Alright, so this is Mike with Pacific Tech. We're back here with the 04 Kia Sorento. And for the 420 code, it is this piece right here that is causing the problem. It is not the cam that is causing the problem. It is this piece. So we got a new one. Part number is going to be this. It's about $82 and something cents. And if you need to replace it, you're gonna have to remove this clip, which is you pull up, remove it, slide this off. This is the new one. Do not drop it. Make sure when you put it down, you seat it down first and then you lock it down. And please don't use impact tools and all of this unless you know that can handle, 1/4 inch, basically the strength of a 1/4 inch. You don't want 3/4 or 1/2 inch type of strength. You want a 1/4 inch strength. So this is why we say use hand tools when you tighten these things down, sensors, electronic sensors, and all of that. I'm beginning to see a lot of people, some of the other people. This is one of the reasons why I don't work at shop, because I like to do things clean. I like to do things professionally, so that way I don't have a high turnout rate. And so again, sensors. So this is the sensor. A lot of people want me to show them things and show them how to do things, so I'm going to do it one-handed if I can. You guys see that I seated it? There goes the connector. Now I seated it, and I'm going for the 2 screws that I took out. Always put the screws back the way you took them out. So if you took this one out here, make sure you put it back here, because manufacturers sometimes they mess up the threads a little bit, and one thread side on this side, it may be bigger than the other, and the other, so now you begin to strip them. So this is why we put the screws back where we took them out, and it's very important for this. Same thing for the ones down there that they messed up, and I had to go in and put some type of like I can show you, some type of wire like this around this, so that this can kind of grab and wrap itself around the screw and make a coil and seat itself, so I can lock it down. And again, just use hand tools. See, I snugged it down with my hands. Come on, guys. It's very simple. Now I can use this, but I'm not using the tool part. Actually, I'm just using the ratchet. Just a snug. You don't hear me. You don't hear that. You don't hear nothing. It's just me using it as a wrench and just snugging it. See that? That's all you need to do. Why overkill it? Strip your stuff out and cause yourself more headaches. So don't cause yourself any pain now that this is in. Let's go to the locking position. And now she's locked, and you can't remove it. So again, this is the part that's causing the p0320 codes. And just in case you guys have problems with that and you're still getting that, if someone did your timing and timing is off, you're also going to get a 320 code. So just keep in mind that before you start throwing money at it. We're going to check the timing. That's why I got the cover off and everything. And I'm going to set timing at the cam if I can. And I'm going to check to see the sprocket, if the timing mark will line up with the timing marks that should be up here. And you see the crank shimmy back here. So make sure that this shimmy is actually going into the sensor and not banging into the sensor or going behind the sensor, because that shimmy controls a lot of things. So just remember that, keep that in mind. So we replace that. I'm not going to put the timing cover back in. We're going to do this. And you have to do this every time. So don't think that, because you replace the part, it's automatically gonna clear. So we're gonna go with engine. Oh shit, and now I'm going through, and I know. So you want to erase this code right here. So we go back. We're gonna go erase. Yes, I'm gonna go erase. Yes, I'm gonna erase everything. There ain't gonna be no pending codes. If there is, it's gonna show up on the other system. Now everything's clean. So what I like to do is I like to go all the way out to the previous menu, all the way out. As you guys can see, I'm disconnecting from the system. I turn the key, take the key out, put the key back in, and now I start. What a big difference. Boom, no, jang. I still feel a vibration, but I'm waiting for the parameters to check. So it's doing its own parameter checks. I hope the battery can last as long as I can, because again, we want to check timing. And again, the car is still stumbling, but I don't smell no gas. I'll give it a rev. I haven't heard the beep 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 yet, but let's see if the beep 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 came. Let's find out. Let's run it. So you guys know the codes: 420, 430, 300, 301, 303, and 305, I think it was. Monitoring codes, none available. Let's go check the engine. And we're going to read any codes that the engine has, or anything that's pending. So far, there's no codes. So that looks like a fix so far for right now. Always check one that controls the other before you throw money at it. You want to make sure that everything is clean and that you double check someone else's work also. Always double check someone else's work. Save yourself time and money. Even though I hear spark jumping, the engine still feels stumbling. I mean, it doesn't feel like the way it should be, and you can hear spark. Hear it? I don't want to get zapped. So parameters should allow it to run and check itself. So let's turn her off one more time. We're gonna go parameter checks. Wait, and wait. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we go. Parameter checks done. Boom. So if anything comes up, you guys gonna hear beep 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 beep. If we lower this down so that way you guys can hear. We're gonna go to the front. I'm still a little concerned of me hearing a spark jump. Again, visual inspection, make sure that this gets tightened down, or put some black tape over this right here. It's got to run for a minute. And like I said, visual timing. And just because this was up here and you hear it, you hear that spark, click, click, and then it jumps. That's a jumping spark causing a short. Alright guys, I'm going to push this over to the side. Let me grab this, that, 1, 2, 3, sensor. We're going to put this like this. You guys already know these are the old ones, the stripped out ones, so I'm going to put them over on the floor. And this is where we do a test run. Yeah, I know. Why are you doing a test run with this open? Well, I want to see something. That's why I'm doing the test run. On top of that, I'm still hearing a spark jump, and I'm trying to figure out why that spark is still jumping. There's a spark jump. But anyway, we're gonna go around the block, take it around the block, and do a quick run. So hopefully you guys can see. This is why we always do a drive cycle. A drive cycle is always important. And we got the check engine light back on. So this is why it's important. Multiple misfire. Cylinder 6, cylinder 5, cylinder 3, cylinder 1, 300, 3, 6, 5. Same cylinders. Shit. Okay, guys. The 320 code is gone. All these codes are beginning to come back up again, so let's go do a dry cycle real quick and let's see what else is in the thing. Doesn't feel like it's missing. Only when I step on the throttle just a little bit, I hear a little hesitation, but only when I rev it is when you feel it. Okay, so due to that the customer did timing, and you know me, I already did the checks. Coils are okay, spark plugs are okay. So what happens in this situation? I'm gonna explain this once I get back in front of my customer's house, but this gives you a little bit of time to think. What happens in this type of situation? If you're a shop and you're having this problem and this thing comes in, what do? Customer told you they did timing, they did a whole bunch of other things to it, and you double check. You haven't checked timing yet, but you already have a feeling that timing is off because you're getting, you know, spark correlation problems. And this doesn't happen because the situation, this happens because you messed up timing. There's a tooth off on timing. So now we have to set timing, and we have to pull the other cover off and look at both left and right and see what's going on with timing. because that right there should be a timing correlation problem. And I don't want my customers spending $80-something for a sensor that it's really not the problem, because the 420 is giving that, but we're having, as you can hear, you know, the static, the jumping of the spark plug. So and that's going to be fun, trying to set timing, just in case. That is static. That's what I mean. Shock. And that's where the shock came from. So the wires will have to be replaced going that side of the bank of the engine. This side of the bank is firing, but there's a problem with the connectors. So let's see if something else came up, if the other codes came up. Nope, just 300 with the 301, 305, and 306. That is basically bank. That is one bank that's gone. So we're going to use the other scanner. Get a little bit more technical here now. So let's go and look up diagnostic, OBD2. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. As you guys can see, I'm waiting for the response of the vehicle. And it's on the KWP 2000, and it's showing codes found, 5 failures. Erase, yes, 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 yes. And let's go look at the engine, and let's go read the engine codes, the store codes. Let's see if we get that 420 code. We got the 300, 306, 305, 303, 301, 300. That's it. So, what are the chances that they messed up timing? And timing is off one tooth. What are the chances, guys? Leave a comment down below. What is the chances? It's not the cam positioning sensor. It is not the ignition control modular here, the distributor or whatever they call this, the ignition distributor. It's not that. So they said that timing was replaced, but the bad thing about it is he said that everything was functioning and everything was working. And when he did the spark plugs, this is when all the problems started. He got new coils, so what are the chances of all 3 coils being bad? That's going to 1, 3, and 6. So what are the chances of that happening? You guys saw that there was a spark that was flying out of here, and you guys saw that I got zapped, and I said, ooh, I got zapped. And that was from this one right here. So I'm wondering if these are the right wires for this, and I'm wondering if did they lose it? Thank you. But let me inform my customers. You guys, what do you guys think? leave your description down below. I say there's a jump tooth or a tooth off in timing because it did timing. But the chances of it being right and then all of a sudden now you have 3 cylinders down when they did timing, I'm kind of skeptical about it, especially when they have a new water pump and all these other things inside of it. I start getting a little skeptic, and not to blame the other technicians before me, but I've seen this a lot, and this is why I say, what are the chances? If they goofed this up over here, what is the chances that they goofed up this right here? And this is the important part. So leave your comments down below. I bet you they messed up timing. I'm going to do another video. I'm going to go try to set timing down at the crank and try to look at the timing positioning here. Probably even remove that cover to look at the timing over there. But again, if timing is off, half a tooth or 1 tooth off, and it's not correct, you're going to have this problem. And I don't care what vehicle you have. Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, if you have a tooth or 1 tooth off on their 6 cylinders, you're going to have basically one bank that gets shut down, especially if you have one of these distributorless ignition igniters for the coils. So remember, ignition, cam, and crank has to have correlations together. That means timing has to be perfect. If tooth is off by 1, half a tooth, and timing is not perfect, you're going to have a whole cylinder that goes down. And unfortunately, one is controlling this over here. This is controlling spark into the system, and that's the problem right now. That is my theory. We're going to confirm it when we check the bottom and we set TDC. Matter of fact, if you can't get TDC down there, remove that, stick a tube down there, and when you get to the top, you feel it go back down, you're at TDC all the way up to the top again, and reverse it. Slowly push all the way to the top. When you see it go back down, reverse, and make sure that you're in the up position, not in the down position. You want the stroke to be in the up position, not the down. So make sure that you have the stroke on the up and not down. Stroke up, not down. Stroke up and TDC, and then you check TDC here, 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 and here. And if one is off just by half a tooth or more than a tooth, timing is completely off. And I really think that's what happened, because they can't get correlation. And mind you, this all has to spark uniformly. Cam and crank has to be uniformly. If it's off, it's still going to spark, but it's going to delay. And you see what's happening. p0320, random misfire. Random misfire, but it's shutting down 1, 3, and 6. 2, 4, and 5 staying alive. These are prime. So 1, 3, and 5, 2, 4, and 6 stay alive. So this bank is working, this bank is not. So check timing. Timing was done. I already told you I seen doing forensic things. I seen that there's a new water pump. I see that there's new pulleys. So right away I said they did timing. Customer confirmed someone did timing. So please make sure when you're doing things, do things right. Because that customer right now is getting pissed. Right now he's throwing money at parts that, shouldn't be, thrown at, because they messed up on this. And I really think they messed up on this. I think they probably had timing set right, but he forgot to pull the pin and rotate the engine to make sure that the engine was timed right, and just set the timing there. And then when the customer turned it on, they said, oh, it turned on, here you go, so here's the keys, au revoir. And that's what they did. Check engine light came on immediately. Okay, so the customer should have noticed that the check engine light was done immediately, and should have went back and said, yo, my check engine light is on, here's my keys, I want my money back until that thing is done right. But customers are a little bit too nice. And right now, I mean, what can he do? He has to pay me now to come and fix this. So PO 300, 301, 303, and 306. Whole bank gone. This bank is working, that bank is not. So we changed sensor, the igniter, or what they call the distributorless ignition igniter, which is this right here. The cam sensor is right down right here, which I doubt this one is failing, but you never know. So pay attention to timing. I'm going to set timing. Again, TDC, and then we're going to go from there. And I'm pretty sure timing is messed up. So I'm going to show you that in another video. But again, leave your comments down below. What do you think? Kind of setting off PO 300. Matter of fact, we already did the PO 420 code, which is this right here. So what's setting off the 300, 301, 303, 306? Leave me your comments down below. For the technician who touched this car, I give you a donut. Because I can already tell you messed up on timing. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video right here. I have to charge it because I'm running out of battery, but I'm gonna set timing to TDC and we're gonna go and double check this. But this is again 2004 Kia Sorento with PO 301. A 300, 301, 303, and 305. Okay, so when you got these codes, mind you, the whole bank failed, so just double check yourself. Don't be too quick.